I never thought in a million years I'd be making a video like this. If you're here from my social media, I appreciate you guys. Just some things, you are not to use this video for content, reactions, things like that without my consent. Please reach out. We could collab, do things like that. Just please get my permission first. This video is to not bash my family in any way. Please, I asked my TikTok following. I have over, I think the last time I counted, I'm almost to 10K followers on TikTok. Combined followers, I have 6 pages. So just because you go to one page and you see 2,000 or 3,000 followers, anyways. Please do not get in the comments and argue with family. If you are a family member, you get on my page commenting, reacting, saying that whatever you want to say, good, free speech, just like I'm doing, but you will be blocked. I have not reached out to anyone on that side of the family, just because of I am not agreeing how things were handled. I wish things weren't handled that way. Once again, I'm not blaming anyone for anything. I understand people go through things in life when they're grieving, but when someone tells you something that is actually in the state that it's happening in, you should have took that into consideration, because now someone is walking free, and that's not right. If you don't know if I stated this, if you are anyway, this video is to get me and my dad's story out there to help someone. So that being said, if you are battling with depression, alcohol, drugs, health problems, homelessness, please reach out for help. You could reach out 311 in your state, or is it 211, to get resources on rental help, light bill, support groups, anything like that. So please do that. So the main purpose of this video is to get the facts about surrounding my dad's death out in the open. I do have evidence, voice recordings, video recordings, tracker. This is my dad's phone of where he was at, who he talked to, conversations, anything you could think of. Everything that I'm stating in this video is factual. If you feel like you need to reach out or legally do anything in that realm, everything I'm saying, I can back it up. So feel what you need to do to be, that you feel that you need to do. So that being said, I'm gonna get started. Me and my dad really became close on May 17th. We went to a party. May 19th was my birthday. Memorial Day was Monday. I got a call that he was deceased by my older sister on Tuesday at 7:09 p.m. or 7:08 p.m. I remember that day like it was yesterday, because I had just got done watching Big Bang Theory. I asked my sister at the time what was wrong, what happened, and she stated exactly this: that he died of natural causes, that the person that found him, he was found in his home in the kitchen. That I was to not go up there, do anything, stay put. Okay. The next day, I started talking to other family members and a friend. They said, well, is your sister coming down here? It's already been a couple of days. So my dad died, his death certificate says the 25th, but the family wasn't notified until 2 or 3 days later, because of Monday being a Memorial Day. It was a holiday. So the first fact that I was given was that he died of natural causes. When my sister told me that, I told her automatically that that's not true. Something in my gut was like, that's not. I said, how does my dad go from partying with me and doing what he did and everything was good, to 5 days later something happening to him in his home? Things happen, things like that. It just wasn't sitting right with me. The second fact is my sister blocked me from coming into the house. I did not get into the house for 7 days, almost 7 days later. I didn't get into the house until that following Friday or Saturday. She had a block. I couldn't, we were in disagreement about, she didn't want me to come in because of suspicious or speculation, things like that, which I thought was weird. But anyways, fact number 2 is when I got into the house, finally got let into the house, I couldn't find his keys to his car. I was really worried about getting his keys to his car because I'm a survivor. I've been homeless for almost a year and a half, 2023 to 2024. I moved into my apartment 2024, 2025, or 23, 25. And yeah, so I was more worried about his keys. Thank God that I was worried about his keys, because that day on Wednesday, let's see, the day after Memorial was Tuesday, so that Wednesday, my cousin drove me up there when I wasn't allowed in the house. We couldn't find his car at the time. His car was parked a block away. Keep that in mind. And, you know, I wasn't let in the house. So, fast forward, I was let in the house. I have video and pictures of everything. Someone was on the phone with me the whole time. What I mean, from beginning to end of this going on. I have countless witnesses. I have, like I said, recordings and videos of every interaction I had with everybody. That day that we were there, I was in contact with, I was there for 4 or 5 hours. Within those 4 or 5 hours, I was in contact with the coroner's office, the policeman that was on scene, the EMS, that means like emergency services, the ambulance people, of course, the property managers. Yeah, pretty much everybody like in that circle of what happened. Trying to not like go into much detail, like detail. I'm trying to give you guys the facts. This video is probably gonna go everywhere. I'm so sorry. So in those 5 hours that I wasn't allowed in the house, when I talked to those people, I kind of got some evidence. The only person I did not talk to was the coroner, the actual coroner that gives you the report. I never spoke to him. Until this day, I never spoke to him. We ended up going home the 5th hour on Wednesday that day. And then, like I stated a while ago, I wasn't let into the house until Friday. On Friday, there was nothing, like, in the house when it came to, like, suspicion. So, okay, maybe it was natural causes, you know. Still had that gut feeling, though. From that Wednesday to that Friday, that whole week, I was there. Keep in mind that my dad and I lived in Colorado. I live in the center of Colorado area. My dad lives 2 hours away near the mountains. And the family, the sister that was contacted by the coroner's office is in Kansas, and my family is from Missouri. So the people in question or that I had to deal with, family-wise, are not even in the same state I'm in, that, you know, me and my dad was in at the time. So keep that in mind. Trying to think. So when I was let into the house, well, before that, I told the family that I felt unease about the whole situation, so I requested an autopsy report. Okay, this is where things get messy. Well, things were messy from the beginning, but within that same week, I requested an autopsy report. I spoke to everyone that was in contact with him. My dad that day that was at his house, that was with him within the 24 to 48 hours of his passing. So I was being an investigator, and I'm so glad that I did. My dad was known in the community to help people, help the homeless, things like that. So we had a lot of in and out of homeless people going on. That kind of made the on-site property assistant manager lady kind of mad. So she kind of made my dad's life hell. By, like, when he would have company over, he would be like, hey, what are they doing over here? You know, treating him like a teenager. Like, why are they here? You know, they're probably doing this in the house. They're probably doing that in the house. Keep in mind, my dad tried to help anybody that he could because I was homeless. He was homeless. So I feel like he was trying to give back into the community by helping those people. So yeah, so then me getting to the house on Friday, that's why I said, like, throughout that week, that's what I was doing. I spoke to everybody, questioned everybody, things like that. So when Friday finally came, I was in that town every single day. So I was there Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I don't think I went back Monday, so I was there every day. After I get off work, I would drive up there. I might have some time off. Anyways, just investigating, like I said, I'm so sorry. I'm trying to go to the next step. So I investigate. Okay, house. So when I went to his house, you know, simple bachelor pad. Nothing was out of place. Things like that. I grabbed a few of his belongings. At this point, me and my sister was okay. We had, you know, I'm telling her kind of like what the homeless people was telling me. So my dad passed away in his kitchen cooking. He was cooking, well, at that time everyone was saying cornbread. It wasn't cornbread, it was like a pound cake type mixture. When I went to go clean out his house, or, you know, when I got into the house, on the kitchen stove, everything was like he was, you know, was coming back home. But so there's this round pan. Now listen to these details, please. There's a round pan, circle pan. He cut it into like a star effect, you know, like a doop 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 doop. So the pieces are triangle. The TV tray stand had a bowl in it with a piece like he didn't finish eating. To the left side of me was his sink, dirty dishes, dishwasher, water still in the sink, like he was washing dishes, things like that. At this point, normal, right? The person that I came into contact with that was there, she was homeless. I found her. I asked her questions like, was you there that day? She said yes. Did you know, this person, his friend, a guy friend, came over to check up on my dad. The girl in question was there, but she left because the guy that came and visited him, they didn't get along. So my dad's friend was telling him like, hey, she's bad for you. Why do you have her over here? Blase, blase. So that might be why the young lady in question, you know, she left. The guy's friend ended up leaving. I asked how long he stayed. He said maybe 30 minutes. Maybe it hasn't even been an hour. When I found the girl in question, I said, so when you came there, how long was you there before you left? She said I was there an hour, but you know who came, so I left. Keep in mind that the guy, the friend, the male friend, my dad's friend, is there while I'm questioning the lady in question. I said, so when you came back, you know, I said, did you go back? She said, yeah. I said, how many times did you go back that night? She said 2 or 3. I said, okay, so walk me through, you know, your night. So long story short, she just said that she went over there. I said, so what did you do when you go over there? You know? Oh, I asked him for some money for, he didn't have it. I was like, so you didn't have it. So my dad didn't give you money for your addiction. You didn't have it. What did you do? Did you do something to him? She, no, I didn't do anything to him. I didn't do anything. I said, okay. So what did you do while you were there, though? How long was you there? Oh, I was there an hour. What did you do? I watched TV. I said, oh, okay, well, he was cooking. Did you eat? She goes, no. I go, okay, did anyone else come over? She goes, she stuttered, and then she goes, no. Then what happened? She goes, well, I left again because he didn't have money, and came back. She went out to look for money. Came back that day, came back that night, 30 minutes, she said, I think. I have on video. She came back. I said, so what happened when you came back? What was he doing? Oh, he was at his computer desk. That matches up because the time I got a thing on his computer, the time he signed in, that matches. I said, okay, why my dad was on the computer, what were you doing? She said, I was watching TV. But you were watching, she's like, yeah, I was just sitting there watching TV. I said, okay, and what time did you leave? She goes, maybe like less than an hour. What time was this, right? She goes, oh, anywhere from, let's see, the male that was there, my guy's male friend was there at anywhere from 6 or 7. Then she came back, left, came back. She said the last time she came back at 11-ish, I think she said like 10:30, 11. I have to play it again. When she came back the last time, the door was locked. She thought that was weird because my dad never locks his door for her. Okay. I said, let's go back when you came the second. So she came 3 times. First time she left because the friend came. Second time, my dad was on the computer doing something behind her on the desk. And then the third time, the door was locked. I said, so the second time you came back, I need more detail on that. Oh, when he first was at the computer desk, and then he went to the kitchen, started cleaning up, and then I said, well, was he eating? Because I'm trying to get the mental picture of what I found in the house to see if it matched up to what she was saying. So when I was telling her, where was you sitting? How was you facing? What side of the bed was you sitting on? Were you sitting in the love seat? Were you sitting in the chair? Was you facing the TV? I asked this girl every detail. She's told me all the details that she didn't eat. She sat in the chair closest to the desk. My dad was sitting behind her, like every little detail. This is very important. Please pay attention. I said, okay, so when you left for the third time, you came back. What happened? She goes, oh, because I had came back, but the door was locked. I go, okay, what do you remember seeing? Was it like, she said, yeah, it was dark inside. The door was locked. She thought that was weird. That was Saturday night. I said, when did you end up going back? She said, not until Sunday morning. But when I went back Sunday morning, that's when they told me don't go in there. Keep in mind, my dad supposedly left the door unlocked. When she went back Sunday, that's when they told her don't go in there, that my dad was deceased. I said, okay. She started crying. That happened, like I said, that happened that week I was there. Fast forward to, my dad's car wasn't starting. I didn't have like a ride up there. I kind of was going through the footage and video that I already had. I was going through the conversation I had with the police department, like everything, just trying to, get a timeline. Literally, like a detective, like poster board, sticky notes, getting a timeline. He did have a tracker. My dad had a tracker on his phone. He went to the store that day, things like that. Okay, so where things get kind of sketchy, which it was sketchy to begin with, was the week after I went ahead and got my dad's car. I had found the keys. My dad's car was parked a block away. I didn't know why at the time. It was really weird. I asked a lot of people how it got there. I got different stories. Another fact was when the ambulance, I don't know if I stated this, but that Sunday morning, since my dad supposedly kept the door unlocked, a person that came in and found my dad was a person also homeless that walked in to see my dad. I guess he wasn't responding. He got panicky, cried out for help, went back outside because he didn't have a phone. He's homeless. Told the on-site property manager, she lives up here, there's like some steps, and my dad lives here around the corner where his door is. Yeah, they said, call 911, call 911. He's being hysteric. They called 911. Another fact is that when they called 911, from being on the first POC, point of contact on scene, to when the coroner's office was called, no one went in. They didn't check, my understanding, they did not check for a pulse. They did not check to see anything. They literally, the report that I got from, or reports in statement that I got from the property managers when she went down there, because she's the on-site assistant property manager, she went down there on the phone saying, oh, hey, let's just say my dad's name was Mr. Plaid. This is his shirt, by the way. Mr. Plaid, Mr. Plaid. But she said, like, from the doorway, he wasn't moving. And so she's on the phone. And I am in the process of getting everything, the 911 phone call, things like that. But yeah, she called 911. They came. No one went into the house. They literally did everything from the doorway, called his name. He wasn't responding. And my understanding is that they went and just called the coroner. The coroner took an hour-ish and a half from the call of the report to when he was pronounced dead by the coroner's office. No one checked for a pulse or anything. They said they, yeah. So, fast forward to, this video is long. I'm going to go ahead and stop here. Please come back for part 2. It's going to be more evidence of what the coroner, what they found in my father's system, and more facts on how my family pretty much handled the situation. I want to thank you for watching this far. Please, so far, what do you think? Do you think that, for what you know right now, do you think that my family and sister could have handled it more better on natural causes? Or do you think that the cop that was on scene should have questioned more people? Do you think that it, was something that just happened? Or do you think the people in question had something to do with it? So let me know your comments. Please share, like, subscribe. Thank you for being here with me during this journey. I am going to try to go ahead and loop part 2. I just didn't want it to be so long. I end my videos on TikTok like this all the time. Keep your head up, prayed up. All you have to do in life is press record, because your life is your content.